Did you all witness what we did? The courtroom walls may still be trembling from the slap heard throughout hip-hop history. Yes, in front of the judge, cameras, and a room full of shocked onlookers, Jim Jones's mother open-handed Chrissy caused this chaos. It was a little something called the leaked tapes that came from Camron's vault of receipts and spilled secrets. So toxic they could corrode a diamond grill. Now, tell me what kind of family reunion ends with lashes, legal threats, and a legendary rapper dropping bombshells from the shadows. We're talking betrayal, hidden agendas, and a courtroom showdown so wild it's practically love and hip-hop. Supreme Court Edition. So the real question is, what did Chrissy do that made Mama Jones lose it? What exactly is on those tapes that Camron leaked at the worst possible time? This isn't just another day in Harlem drama. This is the implosion of a hip-hop dynasty. And baby, it's messier than a lace front in a thunderstorm. Let's dissect this catastrophe piece by piece. And let's go back in time because before the slap, before the courtroom gasps, and before Camron became a one-man TMZ leak machine, this drama had already been simmering like blood at a family barbecue. When the court date was announced, Jim Jones's son was already in the news for allegedly assaulting Camron, a longtime Dipset affiliate turned rival. That alone had the blogs working overtime, but just when you thought things couldn't get any worse, Camron decided to upload a mysterious Instagram story with the 3 words, "Check your girl" attached. This triangle has been a source of controversy for more than 10 years. But this time, it exploded in a way that no one saw coming inside a New York courthouse under oath. With lawyers ducking and bailiffs too shocked to step in, Jim's mother, the notorious Mama Jones, was already foaming at the mouth behind the scenes. If there's one thing she's made very clear over the years, it's that she never trusted Chrissy when she proposed. Not when she moved into Jim's house, and most definitely not when she started showing up in Dipset business like she did. The grainy screenshot of what appeared to be a voice memo between Chrissy and an unknown man that implied cheating, lying, and double-crossing Cam didn't name names. But the internet didn't need him to. Within hours, the disreceipt tapes were trending on Twitter. And everyone from DJ academics to the Shade Room had their own conspiracy theories, had some sort of executive title, and now that Camron was stirring things up and implying that Chrissy had been involved in some very shady side dealings, the courtroom was about to turn into a battlefield. The court session was supposed to be a routine pretrial hearing for Jim Jones's son. But as soon as Chrissy arrived, wearing oversized sunglasses, red bottoms, and her trademark scowl, Mama Jones followed, wearing what witnesses described as a funeral dress and revenge energy, according to a source close to the courtroom staff. Apparently, Mama Jones had already heard the tape. And allegedly, that tape she had been feeding Camron with information for years. Which is when it became more than just personal betrayal. It was about the secrets, strategies, finances, and hidden beefs of the Dipset family, all of which Jim allegedly kept offending to the world. As the judge arrived and the court proceedings started, insiders say the tension was so high that it could be cut with a diamond-encrusted nail file. Chrissy sat rigidly, and Jamie Jones refused to look at her. Jim was not there, allegedly, to avoid the cameras, but the prosecution brought up Camron's tapes in court, claiming the attack might have been retaliation for deep personal betrayals. Stood up, turned to Chrissy, and yelled something inaudible that was thought to contain the words, "You home-wrecking traitor," before slapping her across the face with her palm open. The judge slammed the gavel, saying, "Chrissy." She just sat there, her face red, her jaw clenched, her eyes wide, as if she had seen the ghost of everything she had been hiding. Then, calmly, she reached into her Birkin and calmly took out what looked like a USB drive. Yes, the plot twist is that Chrissy had brought fire of her own. And the USB allegedly contained hours of surveillance footage recordings, financial documents, intended to demonstrate that Mama Jones was not the snake in the grass, but rather that she had been concealing money laundering and her own family's betrayal. Oh, we're in deep now. The court was promptly recessed, and security escorted both women out, but the cameras were already rolling and fans outside were yelling. One woman reportedly fainted when she heard Chrissy say, "You think you're the queen? You built your throne on lies." And that, dear viewer, was just the first 20 minutes. So where does this tangled mess of generational beef, leaked betrayal, and hip-hop family dysfunction go from here? Let's talk history, because Mama Jones hasn't just disliked Chrissy. She's openly waged war on her since the after the court fight. Camron posted again, this time with a video of Chrissy crying in what appeared to be a hotel room, time-stamped just 2 weeks before Jim's son allegedly assaulted him. The caption read, "Truth always comes out even when they try to slap it away petty, brutal, and straight-up triggering." First, we're talking about shade-filled Instagram posts, viral Facebook rants, and even that infamous reality TV moment where Mama Jones called Chrissy a gold-digging opportunist with no loyalty. But now people are asking, was this all? These aren't just questions, they're landmines, and every response reveals another layer of this toxic story. One anonymous source close to the family claims Chrissy was planning to expose Mama Jones for using Jim's name in fraudulent real estate ventures. Another insider claims Camron and Chrissy had a private deal involving exclusive footage that never aired on VH1 due to legal threats. Did Camron leak the tapes to force a confrontation in court? Was the USB just bait? How long has Mama Jones known that her own son might have been used as a pawn in a war of egos? The biggest question that still remains is where Jim Jones is in all of this, because while the women are out here exchanging slaps and secrets like it's a soap opera finale, Jimmy has been ghost silent and vanished without a tweet, an appearance, or even a public statement defending either side. Premeditated security footage purports to show Mama Jones whispering to her lawyer minutes before the incident while clenching something in her hand, possibly a printout of the leaked transcript. Dipset and moving away before the fallout hits. Him too, but he needs to speak up quickly wherever he is because this story is getting out of hand and fans aren't just demanding answers, they're demanding accountability. What began as a courthouse hearing for an assault case has turned into a full-blown family implosion driven by leaks, lies, and a slap so loud it could reverberate through the next season of every reality show that airs. Just when you think it can't get any more chaotic, cameras captured Chrissy storming out of the courthouse with her shades off, her cheeks still red, and her PR representative shouting at the paparazzi to back off or cachet. However, the most outrageous aspect was that she was grinning, not just a nervous smile, but that smug grin that lets you know something is going to happen, and it did. Less than an hour later, a portion of the security camera footage from that USB was leaked by an anonymous Twitter account that is now thought to be controlled by one of Chrissy's close allies. The footage showed Mama Jones allegedly giving a manila envelope to a known Dipset associate inside a dubious Jersey City warehouse. The timestamp was only 2 days prior to Jim Jones's son's alleged assault on Camron. And the worst part is that the associate has a criminal record. To have dated Mama Jones back in the early 2000s, we're talking about certified street ties, so the rumors are rampant. Was the attack really about protecting Jim Jones's reputation, or was it a calculated hit with deeper roots? Chrissy is letting the streets do the talking. Within minutes, multiple blogs reposted the footage, and in each one, there is audio distortion, blurred faces, and just enough mystery to lead people to believe it's a much larger up. For example, is this a criminal love triangle or a mother versus mistress power struggle with actual legal repercussions? Where is Camron? Cam shared a video of himself riding camels, drinking tea, and laughing at the camera while all of this was happening in Dubai. The caption read, "Let him fight. I'm somewhere peaceful." The shade, the timing, and the audacity. Now, let's not forget that his initial leak started this whole firestorm. And now he's halfway across the world watching. It burned from a beach. Fans are divided. Some call him a brilliant puppet master who controls the entire narrative, while others call him messy, manipulative, and simply reckless. But to make matters worse, the leaked footage from Chrissy's USB wasn't we're not saying that this is a RICO case waiting to happen. But we're also not saying that it's not. The drama has already reached Capitol Hill level interest. Rumors are circulating that VH1 producers are rushing to get the rights to the footage, while lawyers are stepping in trying to prevent further harm. The only thing on that drive was another clip that surfaced of audio only of Jim Jones allegedly arguing with Mama Jones about laundered money and threatening my girl. The voices haven't been confirmed, but fans are already conducting CSI level voice analysis on TikTok, comparing tone, breathing patterns, and old love and hip-hop clips to match them up. According to rumors, a cease and desist letter was sent to Camron's camp. But good luck enforcing that while he's in the desert without Wi-Fi. Meanwhile, Mama Jones has gone completely silent, with no Facebook posts, Instagram posts, or even selfies. The last time this happened, she was hospitalized for stress following the collapse of the Dipset reunion tour, so fans are worried but also suspicious. Is she planning to hide, or is she just getting ready to countersue Chrissy for defamation? Rumor has it that Chrissy may file charges for assault, and if that occurs, Mama Jones could wind up in the same courtroom where she slapped the taste out of her future daughter-in-law's mouth. But let's zoom out for a moment, because this whole situation is exposing much more than just personal drama. It's revealing a convoluted history of lies, backroom deals, and secrets that have been hidden under designer bags and hip-hop nostalgia. A former Dipset bodyguard has come forward, obviously anonymously, and stated that Chrissy was always the go-between for business dealings and dubious favors. According to him, she would set up meetings, move envelopes, and handle the feminine persuasion side of things while Jim and Cam were at odds. He even claimed that Jim's son was coerced into the Camron attack. Not out of loyalty, but allegedly by Mama. Jones told him, "If you don't take care of this, you aren't really one of us." View? That's not just toxic. That's manipulation on the level of an HBO miniseries, and don't think the public isn't taking it all in stride. Street bloggers are breaking down everything in real time on Instagram and Twitter as if it were a murder trial. One well-known YouTuber even paused his own wedding livestream to jump on this story, saying, "Chrissy brought the receipts, but Mama brought the rage. This isn't just beef, it's war." Even mainstream media is beginning to take notice, involving a former record label executive stepping in to save Jim's reputation. Supposedly, major brands are reevaluating deals with him until the dust settles, because when your name is linked to a courtroom slap, leaked tapes, and potential RICO whispers, sponsors start to quickly desert. Let's take a moment to discuss Jim again, because his silence is becoming deafening. Rumor has it that he has already spoken to both women in private, but he has refused to take a public position until the legal heat has subsided. His PR team has reportedly advised him to keep quiet, restructure his image, fuel and prepare a healing narrative. You know what that means? Red table talk. According to incoming information, Jada Pinkett Smith's team has already contacted Chrissy and Jim for a one-time exclusive healing interview. What better way to clean up a mess than crying on camera while drinking herbal tea? Jada is nodding silently. But will Mama Jones agree? Very doubtful sources close to her claim that she is already planning to share her side of the story, but not through a soft interview. Rather, she is reportedly pitching a documentary called Mother of the Mob: The Truth About Chrissy. The title alone is enough to send every streaming service executive into a bidding war. And Chrissy already responded yesterday with a mysterious Instagram post. A black screen with white text that said, "I don't need to explain myself to anyone. Who made a name off my silence?" There was no caption, no tags, just pure energy. The comment section was chaos. with some fans encouraging her and others pleading with her to release the remaining USB files. Some obvious Dipset purists accused her of destroying a legacy based on loyalty and brotherhood. But the true legacy is being questioned right now at Jim's, because how does a man who helped define Harlem sound? Rep diplomats to the grave. And fight for Chrissy on national television wind up in the midst of the most embarrassing public family since Kanye. And Kris Jenner's leaked texts. And as the hours go by, the stakes get higher. Court hearings are being rescheduled. Lawyers are fighting to suppress the USB evidence. New witnesses are allegedly coming forward, and there are rumors of financial fraud and revenge affairs. Finally, just when things were beginning to calm down, a new voice memo purportedly from Camron's camp leaked online. This memo doesn't just mention Chrissy. It suggests that Mama Jones attempted to bribe Camron to prevent the tapes from becoming public. Apparently, she offered him a piece of Harlem real estate and hush money. Refused, and the war started. It's no longer just a family feud. It's a full-fledged political thriller in Timberlands and lace-front wigs. And the next court date is in 2 weeks. Before the hearing even started, Chrissy's team filed a formal complaint, accusing Mama Jones of intimidation, public character assassination, and emotional terrorism use. That was the exact phrase used on Twitter, and it trended within 20 minutes. Meanwhile, the judge will hear the case. When Mama Jones is screaming, she's lucky it was just a slap, and Chrissy is trying not to cry. Reporters in the room described the atmosphere as emotionally charged. And even the stenographer stopped and asked for a 5-minute break. The real twist, however, came when Camron's legal team entered the chat room. Apparently, those leaked tapes were only a preview. The court received a full version, unedited and raw and baby. It wasn't just Chrissy was on there. And there were voices that were thought to be those of Jim Jones, Mona Scott, and someone else. Fans are calling the industry mole, and the tapes also seem to indicate a concerted effort to keep Mama Jones out of any future media deals. One, she's old news. We need younger drama. That one line lit a match under the entire Harlem community. And the judge ordered the immediate removal of half the audience from the courtroom. Outside, protesters were already gathering, some holding signs that read, "Respect the OGs." Others were holding up in large screenshots of Chrissy allegedly laughing after the slap. And whether or not the image was real didn't matter, because it was going viral again. Even mainstream outlets like Baller Alert and The Shade Room were providing minute-by-minute updates when a surprise witness showed up. A former VH1 producer testified remotely from an undisclosed location using a pseudonym and voice distortion, claiming that Chrissy and Mona had been planning to leak edited footage to frame Mama Jones as mentally unstable. The room gasped, and the judge had to request an order again by this point because the bailiffs and audience were worn out. And Twitter was in a complete meltdown after Shonda Rhimes revealed that Chrissy had allegedly offered a camera operator hush money to destroy behind-the-scenes footage that would clear Mama Jones's name. The judge went completely pale. Chrissy turned red, and Mama Jones's sister was filing her nails as if she knew this would be revealed. The prosecution demanded an immediate recess to review the claims, while Jim Jones, who had been keeping his distance, posted a single line on Instagram that read, "I told y'all to stop playing with my moms." The post received 1 million likes. By the third day of hearings, Chrissy stopped showing up altogether. Her team claimed she was suffering from medical exhaustion, but insiders say she simply couldn't handle the humiliation. Cameras captured her leaving the courthouse through a back door while being escorted by security, hiding under a hoodie. Chrissy's lawyers were clearly panicking, and their entire defense fell apart with every new revelation. They attempted to spin the story by claiming the witness was untrustworthy and the tapes were manipulated. But the public had already decided that Chrissy was a planned villain. Caught the video, and the caption said, "When you play dirty and the dirt comes back to bury you." Meanwhile, Camron posted a new freestyle called SLAPS Season on SoundCloud, which featured real court audio as the opening. Fans were consuming it, and Mama Jones also introduced a brand new merchandise line overnight, which included Guess what? Hoodies, mugs, and phone cases with the words, "She's lucky it was just a slap." Within a day, they sold out. But the legal system wasn't done either. After examining the lengthy tapes, the DA declared they would be starting a separate investigation into VH1's internal. The fallout was unstoppable. And Mama Jones received offers for podcasts, book deals, and even a Netflix miniseries called Slapgate Rumors. VH1 issued a bland PR statement about transparency and accountability, but people weren't buying it. Mona Scott went completely silent on Instagram, posting no tweets, interviews, or even a "hi, y'all." Fans even speculated that she had left the country when the hashtag Where's Mona started trending, with people posting fictitious sightings of her in Cabo, Dubai, and even Antarctica. In the meantime, Harlem stood divided as rumors circulated that Tyler Perry was writing a biopic and that Chrissy had been quietly unfollowed by half of the Love and Hip Hop cast. Influencers were posting reaction videos to her downfall, as if it were a new episode of Power. Old heads praised Mama Jones for checking Chrissy and defending family honor, while younger crowds debated whether the slap was too far. However, one thing was clear across generations. This wasn't just about a slap. It was about the soul of reality TV. By the end of the week, the courthouse was surrounded not only by protesters, but also by media vans, drone cameras, and YouTubers live. The judge said that a full retrial would be required after reviewing all the evidence, including the tapes, witness testimony, and social media impact. This meant that the circus was just getting started. On her way out, Mama Jones smiled for the cameras, and the fans were living for every moment of it. However, the real kicker came when someone asked her what she thought of the judge's decision as she left the courthouse. Without pausing her stride, she looked at the camera and said, "I told so." After all this courtroom chaos, viral tapes, and public slaps, what's your verdict? Did Mama Jones, the hero of Harlem, realize she needed it? Or did Chrissy finally receive a dose of karma she's been avoiding since season 1? Let's not pretend that Camron's tape was just a small-time leak. No, that man dropped a bomb that rocked the whole reality TV food chain. Was it revenge, or was he attempting to save someone before it's too late? One thing is for certain: when a mother slaps her son's fiancé in public, it's not just family drama, it's war. And now that it's public, everyone is taking sides. And if you thought this was crazy, well, it's not even the season finale. Like this video, subscribe, and turn on those notifications because the next scandal is already loading. And I promise you that you don't want to miss what happens in the courtroom. Tell me in the comments, Team Mama Jones or Team Chrissy? Who crossed the line and who has been hiding behind PR statements for far too long?